saying what's the toughest
Just what's the
part?
toughest part of just knowing all you had in this room, just seeing it end so suddenly, I guess?
I mean, it's kind of how life goes, you know. Toughest part is it ending and not having the opportunity to see, you know, the men that you work so hard with in this room, to have the opportunity to play in the game that we all dream of as kids. And going up against an incredible team, incredible champions. It was championship football today, and they came out on top.
And I know it's a tough ending, but what has this team meant to you throughout the season?
I mean, it's been everything for me. Sitting out a whole year, coming here, you know, seeing these guys, seeing the way they prepared, seeing the way that they fought. Like it's been so much to my life. Apart from my son and family, like, you know, football is something that I've dedicated my entire life to. So it sucks to come up short. You know, not everything goes the way that you want in life. You know, you're gonna have adversity, you're gonna have moments of letdown, but just gotta keep your head, you know, and continue to fight.
Odell, it looked like you were offering some words to Lamar and Zay in particular at the end. What was the message there?
Just, you know, through experience, you know, the things that I've learned, and these are special guys. They have, you know, long, healthy careers, God willing, ahead of them. Just letting them know, you know, letting Zay know he's going to be a special player. And this is a moment in your career it's never going to break you. It's always going to, you know, make you. And just being able to, you know, be there for however I can. You know, I feel the same way that they do. You know, I wanted to win. I wanted to be playing in the Super Bowl. You know, I came here and was going to give everything I had, you know, regardless of the situation, regardless of anything for that matter. I was just kind of sharing that, you know, it's going to be all right. It's just unfortunate the way it ended.
Odell, you guys seem to struggle to move the ball at times against their defense. What did they do that was difficult to overcome?
You know, sometimes you just got to tip your hat to them. It's a championship team, and they came out and they played better ball. Like, that's the only thing I could think of is they played better ball. We didn't execute, didn't make the plays when we needed to make them. That's the only thing I could think of.
And Odell, you know, with Lamar, I mean, he's been wanting to get past this stage, and I mean, how disappointing is it for him knowing how much, you know, he was been devoted and locked in on that?
I mean, I think it's disappointing for everybody. You know, when you have a player like Lamar who 30 years from now will speak Lamar Jackson's name and everyone is going to know and remember. There's certain moments that define you, you know, defining moments in your career. And this is just one, you know, one that'll be in his career. You know, the greats have all been through tough times, and I don't think this is going to stop him from wanting to get to, you know, his ultimate goal. I think, if anything, he's going to work even harder. You know, he wants it bad. I had never seen somebody so locked in and just, you know, in their flow and in their era. I just felt like it was his time. And, you know, like I say, sometimes things happen in life and it doesn't go the way that we planned. It's just about what do you do from here.
Odell, I think you had said this is the best team that you've played on. I mean, is it kind of a mix in the sense that you believe these guys will bounce back, but at the same time you know with your experience that these opportunities don't come along that often?
Yeah, we were in a meeting and one of the coaches was talking about how he's been to this, you know, AFC or NFC championship game 10 times, and he's only won 2 Super Bowls. You know, so these moments don't come by. It takes a lot of hard work to be able to get here. That's why the stakes are so high. That's why these players feel the way that they feel, because they've dedicated time away from their families. You know, the hard work that you have to put in. I don't think people, you know, really see that. They see the results and they see what happens for their fantasy teams and they see what happens, you know, for things that, you know, to us, it doesn't really matter. Like there's a game within the game that lies here in this locker room. And you spend more time with the brothers in here than you do with your actual family. So it's tough to have these moments. I don't think anybody in here wanted this to be the outcome, but it's just the way it went today.
Odell, just to go back to the advice for Zay and the moment you shared with Zay, how has your relationship evolved and developed over this year?
You know, for me, it was about whatever role they wanted me to play, I was going to be that. And Zay is forever, you know, little bro to me, and all of these guys in that room can call. I'm one call away any single time. Regardless, just being able to share that moment with them, like, bro, you're gonna be straight. It's tough. Yeah, you may hear something about this. It's just the way that the world is. That's just that's how they're gonna be. So just keep his head, just like everybody else in here. There's no one play that defines a game. There's still a lot of football that was left in the game, but these moments you'll be able to learn from and become a better man, a better player, all of those things.
Odell, given what you went through physically to get back to this point, how tough will this be to get over for you?
Yeah, it sucks. There's no way around it. It's funny because I worked from February 22nd, 2022, until this point, and I haven't stopped since. And there've been some bumps in the road, and there's been some hard times. Your body, it's a lot of demand on your body. It's a lot of hours that people don't see where you're at home, you're doing rehab, you're doing all of these things. And I was just finally feeling, starting to feel even better, as this game approached, and just wanted to be able to leave my mark. Like everybody in here, these are the games I was telling some of the younger guys, like, this is where your legacy is made. This is where it started at least. So there's no real words, bro. It sucks. I wanted to be playing in the big game. We just didn't take care of business.
Have you thought about your future at all?
Yeah, to me, if there's anything I felt about myself, regardless of anybody's opinion or anything like that, is that I know that I can still play football. And I know that I still have shit in the tank, you know what I mean? And it's just unfortunate the way that it went today, because to me it's so much bigger than one person in this room. It was just being able to have that moment with these guys you work so hard with. So for me, as far as my future, just take a step back, breathe for a second, pick your chin up, just know that life goes on, and we'll figure out what's next after that.
That you guys just couldn't really get it going early in this game.
Last week it was 10-10 at halftime. So, some days are slower than others. It was just about finishing today, and we just didn't get to finish. So I don't know how important it is how you start. It's all about how you finish, and we just didn't do that today.
So Odell, just to be clear, if you had your preference, you would like to come back, right? You would like to.
I absolutely love this place. I don't know the political answer to that question, but I've enjoyed every single moment. I always talk about when I went to the Rams, like, it made me fall in love with football again. And being here, Coach Harbs, Steve, EDC, like, this felt like a home. It felt amazing for me. The city of Baltimore, I wanted it for the city of Baltimore more than anything. Wanted them to be able to have that moment where we're all standing on the field and the bank's rocking, but just came up short. So, like I say, I'll take a step back, evaluate the future, and just go from there.
Odell, assuming, in an instance that you do come back next year, do you believe this team can get right back to here and then win it next time and reach that ultimate goal?
I don't know how to answer that. The players that we have here, you see we made it here. It's never a shoo-in, but at the end of the day, I believe in the guys in this room. And if they're the same guys they were this year, then I don't see why, they wouldn't be right back here. The same as the Chiefs were there last year, and they're right back here. Some teams just have it. Some teams always have to go and find pieces to make it. Like, this team has every single piece that they need. So I don't see why not.
I remember the day you first spoke when you got here to Baltimore. You talked about how special it was, how excited you were to be a part of this. When you look back at this season, just how special of a memory is this whole year going to be for you?
Yeah, I'll never forget anything about it. I remember the phone calls before even signing, like, do you think it'd be cool in Baltimore? It's not, it's not the most fun in the world. And it's like, I actually had, this year to me was a year that I'll never forget in my entire life. So, again, like I say, it's just unfortunate the way that it ended. But when you're going against, one of the best teams in the world, and they've shown it year in and year out, sometimes you just got to tip your hat, and they played better than we did today.
Does that make it more painful going from a year that you'll never forget, and the love and the passion that you had on this team, and it falling short?
No, the pain gonna be there. You put so much into it, and when it doesn't go the way that you want, like, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. This moment, you feel this moment how you feel it.